Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to your reading of Taurus's energy for September 2019. So this will be applicable to anyone with sun, moon or rising in Taurus, or who heavily identifies as being Taurian, or if you have a stellium of planets within Taurus. So let's get started. I'm going to tune into the general energies. I'm going to ask my guides to step forward and bring me insight into what we can be expecting to see. Anything good that's going to be happening for Taurians around September 2019. I'm laughing because they're saying to me, you already know what you need to say. I was hoping this wasn't going to come up, but apparently it is. Okay, so I'm going to just give it based on what I'm actually an Aries Taurus cusp. I have Venus in Taurus, and I have to give my experience here because they're saying, go on, you need to explain. So I'm going to explain. Okay, so you're going to be tested this month, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing anything wrong or you're being punished, or it means you're progressing in a certain way. Now, this could be in different scenarios based on what you've previously struggled with before, okay? I'm going to give you an example. Now, this might not be applicable or be the same for everyone, but I feel like you can it might make it more understandable. So I'm on a diet, okay? I'm a massive foodie. I love food. And let's say I have a weakness for chicken. Now, some people are going to watch this and be like, yeah, we know. So I about 24 hours ago, I really wanted KFC. I really wanted KFC and I really wanted to order it, and I was like, Jale, just wait, this is ridiculous. You can't just give in to every passing kind of, need or want. I mean, this is a bodily thing, is it something you really need? So I was kind of putting it down, and then today I thought, no, I'm going to order KFC. Like, I'm going to order this. So I ordered the KFC, and it came with like my order but loads more food, and I was like, and my guides were all staring at me and they were like, and for me, I'm kind of like, okay, this is clearly there's something more going on here. So I rung up the KFC and I said, look, there's a few things missing. I'm not calling you up to complain or to ask or demand these things be delivered, but I'm just going to tell you there is more food that I bought that you've put in there. Please, could you, if you want to come and collect that food, although I have been kind of deliberating for 20 minutes, so it might be cold, as to what I should do. Do I run after the driver? Because the driver went, and I was like, do I run after him? And then I thought, well, no, because, no, my luck, he's driven off already. So I rung them up, and they said, just keep the food. Now, 5 years ago, I'm not even going to lie to you, I probably would have... I would have probably eaten the food. There was literally 4 cookies and like a burger, a twister. There was just loads of food, and I was like, so I rang them up and they said, you can have the food. So anyway, I ate my twister and my chips, and then I tried a bit of the chicken and I tried a bit of the burger, and I stopped because I was like, this is a test. This is such a test. I feel like they're testing to check for weaknesses and to check to see how far you've come, because as per September the 18th, I feel there's a closure of a cycle, and if you're able to really hit certain marks between now and then, and for me, I'm not going to lie to you, my food is definitely a weakness. Like, I love food. I know I'm such a Taurus, like, although I've got an Aries Taurus cusp. So if you've got anything that you've been reviewing for a long time, so a major theme that maybe you find a struggle with, and don't get me wrong, obviously this is about health. This is not just about a body image or body dysmorphia. People are probably looking at me going, why you got a problem with eating? I'm a Taurus. My whole family are very invested in food, so naturally for me, I love food. It's a very earthly pleasure, but I have a very good appetite. So if you've got anything that you sorry to rattle on about myself. If you've got anything that you know is a weakness of yours, look for that coming up over the next month, because I feel like there's a bit of a test coming here. It was dualistic. It was a two-part for me. It was, are you going to be honest? Of course. And are you going to then eat all the food? And I didn't. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know what to do with this food. I'm trying to see if anyone's local that wants to have it. But because I don't like wasting that kind of thing either. Let's get that one very straight as well. I think that's, you know, I don't want to waste it. But I'm not going to guilt eat it either, because that's not healthy. It's about a balance. So look for anything that it is a contentious subject for you, maybe a bit of a weakness that you may be tested on here. For me, I always find it happens and then everyone else starts talking about it. So this is a bit of a message from me to you guys. If this doesn't happen, it could just be that you don't have anything that you're particularly struggling with at the moment, and you're not really needing, or you're not ready to go up to a next level. But I would still be looking out for testers over the coming weeks, specifically over the September month, okay? The other thing they're saying is don't feel guilty about it either. They said it should be very straightforward. This is not meant to give you guilt, or, I mean, obviously I don't want to waste food, but I'm not going to guilt eat it. I think that's not healthy. So whatever your circumstances are, someone's talking about money here as well. So it could well be that you have a particular issue around money, and maybe you get gifted something and then you feel guilty about it. I would be certainly checking to see if that is a valid exchange of energy. I believe in exchanges of energy. I believe if you've done something, there should be some kind of recompense. You know, I've mentioned before about September 18th, and specifically checks and balances is a very huge karmic kind of reward, karmic renewal review coming up. And I feel like this specific time period, especially for Taurians, is going to be a bit of a test. So just pay attention to that. They're also talking here about a rebalancing generally. Are you feeling like you can't ground? Are you feeling like your general environment is overwhelming for you? Are you being overworked? Is there a faster pace that you feel that you're having to do? Out of, maybe, again, this is a very karmic feel to all of this. It feels like there's a big test or review of what are your core moral values and beliefs. Do you identify in a certain way with something that is potentially being reviewed to then be cleared, because this is potentially outdated? It's an end of a cycle. So are you being pressurized or made to feel guilty to overwork, or to be available to people, or to, you know, to add in overtime at work when actually you need to rest? Because they're saying very clearly balance. This is all about balance. This is about, if you're naturally very open to saying that you know, yes, stop, have a look and say, is this a common theme that I'm involved with, that ordinarily I wouldn't even say, you know, think twice about saying yes to? They're asking you to stop and review this and say, is this your responsibility? What is that taking away from you by saying yes? And what is it you could also be doing with your time? Because it's about responsibility. This is very much about a responsible, reintegrated attitude and outdated karmic patterns or belief systems, or in order to make way for the new. So just pay attention to what key themes are coming up. They keep talking about money as well. So if you're a spendthrift and you're needing to spend out money, they're not saying to go mad with it, but they're talking about maybe releasing that very Four of Pentacles energy and not holding on so tight to it. Because when we do hold on tight to something, it's very difficult to keep your energy open in order to bring new things in. So it's about a perfect 0 point balance where you're not putting expectations on or pressure on yourself, but you're not also overcompensating yourself and allowing yourself to become, again, distractions. Again, there's a very similar thing going on here. So look at what is coming your way and decide, in the grand scheme of things, is this an outdated pattern? Do I need to review this? Now, this is going to be different for everyone, but this is the generalized insight I can give based on everyone, all Taurians or Taurian elements, signs that are watching. They want to talk to me about love as well here. Let me just see what they're going to show me about love. Okay, so they're talking here. First of all, they're asking me to go into a little bit about self-love, because it does connect with the previous point that I've made, or they've made. How are you contributing to your own inner worth and self-worth? Because they're also connecting this point to the previous points I made about what has been a previous pattern of behaviour or behavioural reoccurrence that triggers guilt, that maybe then triggers a bit of self-worth, because they also want you to look at that, and also to say that these tests are not a reflection of how bad a human being you are. It doesn't need to be that black and white. Someone really needs to understand that they are loved and they are lovable here. I'm getting really emotional. I feel like this could be for one or two of you, but someone doesn't feel loved. Someone really doesn't feel like they are lovable. And I feel really, oh my goodness, this is such a strong energy. I feel like whoever this is for, they feel like they're walking a very lonely path, and they don't feel like they're lovable. They don't feel like they can connect to people. And I feel like there's quite a lot of scenarios being thrown at this person, and they feel from that it's an indicator that they don't deserve anything, or they're not worthy. And that, please, I know it's easy for me to say, but they're really trying to make people understand here that this is not the case. It could even be a dark night of the soul that people are coming out of here. You're worthy. Please understand that this is a transitional, and nothing is permanent in this energetic realm that we are in. Nothing is permanent. And you know, the ebb and the flow of how things are working with this scenario is that, okay, at this point in time, you know, it feels a little bit heavy, the energy, and that I feel like I'm struggling to move forward. But you know, it's like peaks and troughs. You know, it feels like when we're getting into Libra season here with this energy, that there's a release of that. You might even feel like this is also connected to a love connection that maybe you're not feeling you're being shut out from, or you feel like you are. And I feel like there's a resolution around the end of September with that. Not that you should rely on that to validate you, because you shouldn't. This should be something that you're integrating and building within yourself. This external validation should not add to an already existing whole you, if that makes sense. We need to look at self-worth here. This is a pattern. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me for the really weird sneeze, I know. When I channel, it's like they're kind of here as well, and sometimes it gets a bit like, yeah. And they're saying, look out for sensory indications to relate it to what this is a kind of deliberate thing that they're trying to show me here. What are you not connecting to? Because I feel like what is going on environmentally is giving you an indication here, or giving you clues to how to navigate through September. It could be you've got a very good sense of smell, and that your olfactory gifts are starting to become enhanced. It could be a clairaudient, you know, your hearing ability. It could be clairsentient, your feeling ability. Pay attention to the surround. I mean, obviously Taurus is connected to the senses. You know, we can be very, very switched on in that regard, but they're kind of giving you clues here through your senses. So again, if you're feeling that heart chakra that needs to be really reintegrated, then focus on that. If it's you're seeing your clairvoyant ability, I'd be doing guided visualizations to sort of really build on that, because I feel like there's messages coming through in these areas, so to speak, that is going to give you a clue about what your next doorway or level up will involve, or what your focus should be, how to move past previous restrictive blocks. They're also talking here about waiting. Someone's waiting to hear something. Someone's waiting to hear news. Someone's waiting to hear contact. Don't wait. You can't put your life on hold. Don't put your life on hold. There's things that you could be doing in relation to this rather than specifically just waiting and putting your life on hold. It's like, I feel like that individual who this relates to, it could be more than one of you, is missing certain indications. It's like they're missing out on life while this goes on. And yes, it will be resolved. There will be a resolution to this, but that could be part of the test. You know, don't forget, I feel like this is kind of the key theme here for Taurians, is testing. What is it that's outdated that needs to be removed? And what is it that's coming in at that point in time? What's the gift that they'll be bringing in? And how are you resolving this? I don't dare eat KFC now. I don't dare order anything. That was supposed to be my treat day, but I'm going to pull a few tarot cards here. This is the Prisma Visions tarot deck. I'm going to pull a few tarot cards just to see if the guides have anything more to add, but also to maybe validate the information that I've already given. They're also saying here whirlwind. So can you just do me a favour, if you're having problems grounding here, bare feet walking around, visualization, imagine yourself to be a strong oak tree. Close your eyes and imagine that strong oak tree that's rooted in the earth. Okay, roots very deeply connected down into the earth. You know, oak trees are extremely old, sentient beings that, you know, they can bend but they don't break. You know, it's that kind of vibration, because they're showing me the Two of Swords here now. So I feel like we've got some choices coming up, maybe some confusion in this whirlwind. Look for any choices that come up. Okay, can you see he's got a blindfold on in this? So it could be that maybe you're not looking at something that you need to be doing in order to remove that. And there could be a bit of a confused energy around you, but they're saying it's been brought in by someone else. What can we advise people that feel that confusion, please, Spirit? What's the advice about any confusions that they may have during September? They're saying don't make any quick decisions. Don't make any quick decisions, and I'll tell you why. The moon has come up, so there could be some potential confusion or illusion here. This could be self-illusion. This could be based on influences around you, and of course it's going to fly across the room. How do I know that was going to happen? Okay. Core belief systems are being reviewed. The Hierophant. Core belief systems. What is it that you... What is a traditional or a long-held belief system that you guys have held that is now outdated? Based on maybe your upbringing, how you relate to others. Okay, there's choices here in love. There's choices here in love as well. People are confused about maybe a love interest. If this doesn't resonate with you, this is not for you specifically. But I feel like people are choosing between either two people here, or they're choosing or deciding what route to take with a love interest as well. Don't make any decisions, they're saying, until past the September sort of, you know, 19th, until the Libra season. I feel like we need to build up a bigger picture here before any decisions are made. And interestingly, because I'm hearing now someone saying, it could be someone watching this video is saying, yeah, but what do I do? Like, I'm waiting for them. Maybe you're cross-watching for a Taurian and you want to know. They're saying wait, because if you are a cross-watcher and you're looking at what a Taurian is going through that you're interested in your love life, and that you can understand that they do have choices and there maybe is a third party, wait. Because there's other information coming through here that if you act on now or do something about now, it's like the bigger picture hasn't been built yet, and we need you to hold off. They're saying hold off any interact. I mean, look, obviously if they contact you, then, you know, don't just sit there and go, I'm not going to contact you because she said, and I'm going to sit and wait. I'm saying if you feel like you need to make a move, they're saying wait. Don't make any moves. And again, if your gut instinct, and excuse me because I feel like burping again, and that's how I usually release any negative energy that I'm picking up on. It could be that this individual's very stressed out and that they need that kind of period to wind down before they can review how they feel about you. And so if you're a cross-watcher watching this, you contacting them may add to that whirlwind energy, and it may confuse them even more. Of course that's going to fly across the room. There's a lot of chaotic energy here. There's a lot of chaotic energy. Yeah, look, High Priestess. Trust your inner knowing with this. Trust your inner knowing. If you're a third party, hang on a minute, let me... Trust your inner knowing with this. If you're a third party or you feel like things haven't been revealed yet, it doesn't have to be negative. It can, you know, it doesn't have to be melodramatic or extraordinarily, you know, dark. It can be just that the other person needs to time to evaluate it. Look at that outpouring of emotion. Queen of Cups. Someone is not expressing their truth. Again, it could be a Taurian female that is not expressing her truth. It could be a cross-watcher that is viewing this as, you know, they're not expressing their truth. There seems to be, the way they're showing it to me is you've got two individuals here with a bit of a barrier in between them. Interestingly, they're saying self-imposed. So let me just... Is your energy open at the moment? Are you open to receive? Okay. Do you have, and again, going back to self-worth, are you someone that doesn't like opening up unless you know for definite that you are going to receive something back? Because the Eight of Wands showed up. There's a bit of a defensive energy going on here. Is your energy open? You know? They're also talking here about manifesting, because I feel like not only with the test, it's like there's also an energy around this sign of what is your heart's desire, because you could well receive that. Don't forget, if there's a block or a confusion around the heart chakra or heart energy, that is essentially may hold up what you're trying to bring in. Especially if you've, you know, if there's been a loss or something emotive, because the Five of Cups has just come out as well. So pay attention if you're maybe focusing too much on a lack rather than what, you know, what you want to bring in. So let me just see, clarify here. What is it positive for Taurians that we can look forward to here? What can Tauruses look forward to? There's communication coming in, or there's word of something. There's heavy movement around the mental or communication planes here, because we've got the Page of Swords. Someone could also be scouting you for work. Could be work-based opportunities. But someone's reviewing, not just in the spiritual sense, but in the practical sense. Maybe even work ethic. There could even be an offer of security here from an Aries figure or the Emperor. Emperor's come up. Four of Wands is there as well. So we're talking of security here. So there could be an offering of a change or increase in finances or more practical elements that is going to help your security. It could be from the basis of a test that was brought in that you pass and then you're moving through into a secure energy. Or if you don't relate to the first thing and you don't have any sort of maybe weaknesses or anything that you're working through, there is going to be an offering of security to Taurians, Sun, Moon, Rising, either or, that sets the scene moving into Libra season, into the October season. And they're saying, this is really interesting, they're saying it's up to you if you take it. So it feels like, to summarise, we've got quite a few little testers and little kind of forks in the road here. Not just in love, not just in career, not just in financial stability, but also if we're really digging a bit deeper, patterns of behaviour. Are you going to fall onto old routines, or are you going to take a bit of a risk plow through any weaknesses you have in order to really create that abundant energy to step forward into and to really change a bit of a timeline here. Don't forget, we've got a timeline change coming up where most likely outcomes, it's more solidified, things are being shut out, new doors and opportunities are opening. So watch for choices, watch for temptations. Is it in line with moral values, core beliefs, heart's desire? Or is it potentially leading you down a previous karmic pattern or road that you would rather move away from? That's pretty much it from me. So I'm hoping this has helped some of you guys. Please do like the video if it does. If you would like a more in-depth reading, or if you would like a psychic reading, please do contact me, description box for all the information. Please do subscribe, click on the notification bell to be notified when I do post a video. Videos are posted Monday to Friday, so keep an eye out for those. Tomorrow will be Gemini, a general insight into the energy of Gemini through September 2019. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for listening to me. And yeah, much appreciated. Have a lovely evening. Bye.